Hello Year 5, welcome to Wednesday's maths session. We're going to have a look at recapping everything we've done this term on multiplication and division. Okay, now here is your starter, so pause me and have a go. Remember to use any multiplication knowledge you've got to help you out with this one especially, but don't worry if you get yourself muddled up because we are going over that today. And remember back to yesterday when we had 2 squared, what do you think you need to do to find out 4 squared? Pause me here and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, hopefully you've got 5 answers in front of you. Let's have a look. Hopefully they match. These ones here, 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. And then here, I hope that you found the right answer here using the formal method for multiplication. Well done, guys. Let's have a go at doing some recapping first of multiplication. So this is the stuff that you did with Mrs. Elmore last week. Okay, now use this example to help us solve this problem. We're using the formal column method here. And I've got a question to ask first. Why is the 0 important? And you can see that we've got our 0 here in red to highlight its importance. But why is it important? Can you remember? Yes, that is our placeholder 0. That is the 0 that we need to put in when we move over to our tens column. So the first row is linked to our ones column, which is our 4 in this case, so 14. And we've done 4 times 2, which is 8. 4 times 3, which is 12, and we've carried that one over. And then we've done 4 times 1, which is 4, but then we've added our 1 to make 5. Then we've come down to the second row, and we're now doing the 1 from our tens column. But before we do that, we must remember to put our placeholder 0 in. That is the most important thing. Put in our placeholder 0 here. Then we've done 1 times 2, which is 2. 1 times 3, which is 3. 1 times 1, which is 1. Nice and simple. But if we hadn't remembered to put that placeholder 0, then we would have got ourselves muddled up. Okay, let's have a go at doing our own version. I get my pen ready. Okay, I'm going to start with a blue pen, I think. Right then, we're going to do 132 times 27. Now, if you want to, you can pause me here, have a go, and then see if what I do matches up with what you did. If not, then follow me as we do this one. So we're going to start with 7 times 2 because we're doing 132 times 7. And we're always going to start from this side, from the right of our calculation. Okay, so 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm going to put my 4 in. And then I'm going to carry my 1 over here. Then I'm going to do 7 times 3. Well, that is 21. But I've got to add my 1 that I carried over. I'm going to cross it out so I don't get confused, and that's going to become 22. So I'm going to carry my 2 over here. There we go. And I'm going to do 7 times 1, which is 7, and then I'm going to add my 2, which makes it 9. So 132 times 7 equals 924. Okay then, right, now I'm going to go on to my tens column, but what do I need to remember to put in first? It's my placeholder 0. I've got it here to remind myself. So in my ones column, immediately before I do any calculating, I'm going to add in my placeholder 0. Then I'm going to go on to 2 times 2, or 20 times 2, which is going to give me 4. Then I'm going to do 2 times 3, or 20 times 30, which is going to give me 600. So I'm going to put my 6 in my hundreds column. Then I'm going to do 2 times 1, which is 2. And that is going to give me my 2 here. Okay, very good. And that would actually be 20 times 100, which is 2,000, which is why it's gone all the way over into the 2000s column. Now the last thing I need to do is I need to add my answers up. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 9 plus 6 is all 15, but I'm going to have to carry over my 1. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 plus 1, which is going to be 3. So 132 times 27 is 3,564. Okay, stop! Big stop! Before you have a go at your own ones, I want you to decide which one of these questions do you think is going to have the biggest product. And by product, I mean answer. So which of these has the biggest answer and why do you think that? Pause me here and then I will show you what the answers are and see whether your theory is correct or not. So you've got to decide which is going to be the biggest answer, and then you've got to solve the two calculations using the method we just did. Okay, I hope that you've got some answers. I wonder if your prediction were correct or not. If you were correct, well done. If you were incorrect, why did you think it was that way around? I'm intrigued to hear your theory, so feel free to drop me an email about whether you were correct or not and why you made that decision. Okay, here are some answers. Okay, and you can see my working out there as well. So which one was bigger? It's actually 101 times 42 was bigger than 316 times 12. Okay, let's move on, guys. Okay, here is a word problem for you to have a go at. A zookeeper wants to work out the area of the zoo. He does the calculation 132 plus 32. Explain his mistake. Now, I will give you a top tip here. He's made two mistakes. See if you can spot them both and work out what the correct area of the zoo is. Pause me here and have a go. Okie dokie. Right. Well, he wants to work out the area of the zoo. Now, what is area? How can we work it out? Area equals length times width. So already I know he's done the wrong calculation because he hasn't done any multiplication. He's only added. His second mistake, and I wonder if you spotted this, is he has done 132 plus 32. But here I've got 123 metres and 32 metres. So actually he hasn't read his question properly. He hasn't double checked his figures before he's done his addition, what should have been a multiplication. So what he should have done is multiplied the two numbers together to find the area. What is the correct area of the zoo? It's 123 metres times 32 metres, which is equal to 3,936 metres squared. And remember, we need to have the squared in there because we are finding out the area. Well done if you got that one right, guys. And I'm hoping if any of you become zookeepers in the future, you'll double check your figures. Okay, have a look at this one. This one's a bit trickier because we've suddenly got a 4-digit number and a 2-digit number, but don't freak out. Remember our key points, which is we must remember to put our placeholder 0 on our second row of calculation and make sure that when we are timesing anything by 0, it's always going to be 0. Don't let yourself get muddled up with placeholder zeros getting in the way. Your 0, if it's being multiplied by a number, it's always going to be 0. Okay? Pause here, have a go, and then I will unpause and show you what the answer is. Okay, guys, now you can see that my calculation is shifted as I've solved it on my screen. What was the trickiest thing about that for you? For me, it was definitely remembering with my placeholder 0 here, and then I had my 0 in my column here, and I was like, 00, oh my goodness. But I was like, stop, calm down. My placeholder 0 must go first, and then I need to remember to move it along. Even if my next number is a 0, it has to go in as a placeholder. Well done if you got that right. If you got yourself muddled, have another go. See if you can have another go and spot what your marvellous mistake was. Okay, let's move on to some division recap. Okay, now we have done several different methods for division. We've done our place value, we've done our short division, and we've done some partitioning. I've got 3 questions here, and we're going to have a look at what method we think might be the most efficient. So we've got 3 questions here. Which ones are we going to do? Okay, let's have a look. We've got 636 divided by 6. Now looking at that, I know my number sense is fizzing in my brain. And I know that 6 definitely goes into 600 and it goes into 36. So I think this one I would do over here. So I would definitely partition it into 600 like this. Oh, some dodgy zeros going on. And 36 here. There we go. And that becomes much easier for me to solve. I just need to find out how many 6's go into 600. Well, that's going to be 100 6's go into 600. And how many 6's go into 36? And I know that from my times table knowledge. Actually, 6 6's go into 36. So altogether, it's going to be 106. That's a nice quick method of using partitioning, and that's going to rely on your times table knowledge to help you out there. Okie dokie, let's have a look then at this next one. Okay, now I've got this one here, and I can see already that there might be a little bit of exchanging. So what I might do is I might take this one straight over to my short division, my bus stop method, and have a go at filling this one in here instead of over here or over here, because I can see that straight away I'm going to need to exchange. So pause me here, have a go at this one using the bus stop method. If you get yourself muddled up, then unpause and watch along with me as I do it. Okay, I'm going to put my 7 in here, then I'm going to put my other number underneath the bus stop. 4, 9, 2, 8. I hope your handwriting of your numbers is better than mine. Okay, 7. Does 7 go into 4? It does not. So I'm going to put my 0 in here. Does 7 go into 49? Well, yes it does. It does go into 49. 7 squared is actually 49. So I know that 7 goes into 49 7 times. Okay, does 7 go into 2? It absolutely does not. So I'm going to put another 0 there. And then I'm going to have a look at, does 7 go into 28? Times table knowledge, ding, ding, ding. Yes, it does. It goes into 28 4 times. So that is my answer. 4,928 divided by 7 is equal to 704. Okay, that's 2 questions down. I've got 1 left. I'm going to use my place value or grouping method to help me out here. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is put my place value columns, fill up my place value columns using my counters here. So I've got 9 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. And you can see that I've decided to put them in rows of 3s because I know I'm dividing by 3. I've got 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1 10. Ooh, that's it. And then I have 4 1s. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing my grouping. There we go. Start by doing my grouping. I can see straight away, because I've laid it out in 3s, I've got 1, 2, 3 groups in my thousands. I've got 1 group in my hundreds, and I've got 1 left over. And now I'll tell you what, guys, I've been a bit sneaky today, and I have made my counters already so that I wouldn't have to spend too long moving them over. So I know that I need to exchange 100 for 10 ones. So I'm going to pop my extra 10 ones in here. You can see I've now got my groups. Get my pen again. 1, 2, 3 whole groups with 2 left over. And now I'm going to have to exchange 2 of these over to here. And you can see why I wanted to make it already a group of 20. Now I've got so many ones. Can I put them into my groups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. There we go. So I can see that 3 goes into 9,414 times. 3,138 times. And I can see that because I've used my place value counters. Now you can use whichever method you want to help you out. You should use the one that you find the easiest or the one that is going to be most efficient depending on the question. Alright guys, your turn. Here are some varied fluency questions for you. Have a look, pause me here and have a go at answering them, remembering all about those placeholder zeros in the multiplication section. Okay, I hope you've answered those. Here are the answers for you to have a look at. Pause me here so you can correct your work and have a go at the reasoning and problem solving questions on the website.